You know what I'm really not good at? Actually staying on theme when it's a keg metal week.
We forever are. We are magic, magic, magic.
So Hercules, I guess we should really get right to it. If I am good, by the time this is posted or shortly thereafter, I have a blog. What I want to do, Laura, since I know you read, just like I read, the New York Magazine blog, well, both of them, the Vulture and Daily Intel, they do, after every episode of Gossip Girl, they do what's called the Gossip Girl Reality Index, and it's really, 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 really funny. And so I am writing up the Hercules Myth Accuracy Index. That's what I'm calling it. I'm writing it up. Hercules was the most famous hero in all of ancient Greece. He was, for being the strongest man in the world and being heroic, he was really, honestly, he was kind of a big dumb animal, though, because he wasn't known for thinking at anything he was doing through or really using his brain. He just fully acted on impulse. He was kind of a hothead. So just to get something straight, since he was Greek, his name is actually Heracles, but somehow, I'm not sure how, if someone misspelled it somewhere along the way whenever they figured out how to write, or if it was the weird translation when the Romans bit all of the Greek gods and stories and everything. When the Romans reappropriated it, they changed his name to Hercules from Heracles. So his name is really correctly, if we're going to be sticklers, is Heracles. But since everywhere in pop culture, and we have this Disney movie, we had the awesome Hercules, the Legendary Adventure. What was that TV show called? You know what I'm talking about, the one with Kevin Sorbo. Just for any of you fellow nerds out there and that are going to nitpick and say I'm calling him the wrong name. I know that I'm wrong-ish and that it's really accurate to call him Heracles, but I don't want to, so let's just move on, okay? So good old Hercules, since we're calling him Hercules, was born in Thebes in Greece. As we learned from our last segment, though, Amphitryon was not Hercules' father. It was actually Zeus who visited Alcmene in the form of Amphitryon, got her pregnant, and wham bam, she births a demigod. It should be well known that Hera, Zeus's wife Hera, hated Hercules. Hercules had a brother named Iphicles, and when the two children were younger, it was very obvious, even in infancy, that there was something severely different about them. So Alcmene took him to a prophet, and the guy said, well, basically, he's going to be the hero of all mankind, and he's going to be the most famous Greek that ever lived. So they took a lot of care in his schooling to make sure he got the right training and the right schooling when he was younger. Teaching Hercules what he didn't want to learn was kind of dangerous, because if he's in a lesson and he doesn't want to be there, he's got this incredible godlike strength. And he also has a terrible temper, and when I was writing my notes, I think I wrote Rage Blackouts, because I think that should be Hercules' middle name. I don't even know if he has a last name. But if he had a last name and a middle name, his middle name would be Rage Blackouts. And it says, sorry, Laura, it says that I think the first person he ever killed was his music teacher. So Megara, you know the name Megara? Well, she actually was Hercules' first wife. By the time he was 18, he was full grown, super strong, killing things by himself. The Minions, M-I-N-Y-A-N-S, were apparently a tribe that were coming to basically give Thebes hell. Hercules, all it says is Hercules fought and conquered them, and everyone in Thebes was so thankful. Like, hey, great, you saved your whole city. Marry the princess, why don't you? Okay, sounds good. And so Hercules and Megara were very much in love, I'm assuming, enough to have 3 sons. Hera, unfortunately, decided to come and mess things up for him. Hera sends this incredible madness over Hercules, and like, this is the rage blackoutiest of all the rage blackouts he ever has, because he suddenly goes crazy and kills his own children. He kills Megara too. When he comes to and suddenly sees that his wife and children are dead and finds himself covered in blood, he loses it. Understandably so. Everything Hercules did was to atone. Originally for killing Megara, I guess there's some other crazy things. He's really kind of a mixture of an incredibly arrogant and incredibly self-loathing guy all at the same time. He's maybe not arrogant. He's very confident in his abilities, because if you are the strongest man in the world, then yeah, you're going to be confident that you can really just kill and do anything you want. But he's also at the same time very self-loathing, and I don't think trusts himself very much. Poor guy. There's times I just want to pat him on the head and be like, sweetie, it's going to be okay. Except for it might not be okay because you've got a goddess that's pissed at you for even existing. So Hercules goes to see this oracle at Delphi, and she's like, homeboy, you are damaged goods, you need to be purified. And the only way you can do this is if you go to your cousin, Eurystheus, who's the king of Mycenae. Basically, you're going to have to ask Eurystheus to do things, to send you on quests to do things, to kind of cleanse yourself, to cleanse your spirit, to get all this bad juju. But the tasks he gave him are referred to as the labors of Hercules, and there are 12 of them. Kill the Nemean lion, kill the Hydra of Lerna, bring back Artemis's sacred stag alive, the stag that had gold, capture a great boar on Mount Erymanthus, clean these Aegean stables that had hundreds of cattle and hadn't been cleaned in years and years and years, drive away the Stymphalian bird, go to Crete and fetch this savage bull from Minos, get some man-eating horses that were in Thrace, bring back the girdle of Hippolyta, who was one of the Amazons, bring back the cattle of Geryon, this guy that had three bodies, bring back all of his cows. Get the golden apples of the Hesperides, bring Cerberus, the three-headed dog that guards the entrance to the underworld, bring him up, show him off. Hercules completed these, all of them.
So my flip video is probably trying to tell me something because my battery just died. So I'm really going to try to wrap this up, and my webcam's doing these weird focusing things, so I'm going to finish this up before it really goes insane. So basically, I didn't even get to say a lot more because I didn't even really get to compare it a lot to the movie, but I guess if you've seen the Disney Hercules movie, then you know everything about it, so you can compare that in your own head to the story that I just told you. There's so much more about Hercules, though, and I could go on for a lot more, but I'm going to cut it off here because it's already a really long video. So I like you guys a lot, and I will talk to you soon. I love you. Mwah.